Hey guys, this is Melissa Zad for Into Boxing. I am at the Eubank Williams presser, joined by none other than a man of many, many talents.
Wow, many. I used to get just many, now I'm getting many. I like it.
It's increasing as time goes on. Viddal Riley, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm excited to be here. It's good to be back in like the fight circle, in the mix. People know what I'm doing now. I finally announced that I signed with Sky Sports and Boxer. So exciting times.
Very exciting times ahead. How are you feeling about signing with Sky Sports and Boxer?
I'm excited. They got a new approach to boxing, and boxing has changed a lot since 2018 when KSI decided to get in the ring and Jake Paul and Logan Paul and all these people followed. It definitely changed because a lot of people now have the opportunity to jump into the sport and make a living almost immediately. And boxers haven't shunned or turned that away and not accepted it as part of a new era of boxing. And that's why I'm working with them, because they appreciate I have a social media platform. They appreciate that the numbers on socials mean something and can contribute towards bigger shows, better shows, and bring more traction. And that's what I want to do. And I want to do that with the best boxing skill being displayed. So I work on my game as much as possible to make sure that when I do get these opportunities to be in the ring on the bigger stages, I execute. And I'm just grateful that Sky Sports and Boxer accept both sides of it.
Do you know what? That's a really detailed, thorough answer of how you're kind of marrying the two sides of your personality, right? What does it mean to you, really, the social media presence within sport?
Well, it's a big thing because a lot of the world is now run on social media, especially during the pandemic and things like that. People couldn't leave their house, and you needed socials to keep up to date with the world and socialize, whether it was the, like Clubhouse apps or House Party, Facebook, anything. We all needed to communicate through social media, and it does bring the world closer together. And I think through me having a big platform on socials, it's going to bring people together to watch my talent, which is to box. And I think people are starting to realize the connection between followers and being able to achieve what you want quicker because more people care.
So you're obviously someone who is quite involved in different things, the social media side of things, the YouTube side of things. How do you juggle everything along with boxing, which requires dedication?
A team. A lot of people, I am the face, but I don't do everything myself because I couldn't do everything myself. There's no way I could get where I've gotten to, whether it's socials, whether it's boxing, and do it by myself. It's not a solo thing, so I've got to give credit to my team for that, because everyone has their responsibilities and everyone fulfills them to keep the brand growing on the outside, and for me to have as much time as possible to work on being the best boxer I can be, because at the end of the day, that's the most important thing. There's no point having all these followers to be embarrassed in front of them. You might as well progress the best you can to impress them. So that's my job, perfecting my game to keep the followers that I've managed to accumulate happy and on my side rather than troll me.
There's no I in team, right?
There is no I in team, and I guess that's fair. That's the right thing to say.
So obviously you fight at the cruiserweight division. Who are some of the top contenders for you at cruiserweight?
So British scene, we got a lot of fighters: Richard Riakpo, Chris Billen-Smith, Tommy McCarthy, Lawrence Okoli, Isaac Chamberlain. Look at that, just like a lot of names that we can just Glover. Who else we got? Simon Hyde. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of talent. Dion Juma. A lot of talent in the cruiserweight division, and it's my job to know what's happening in the cruiserweight division, because these are potential opponents, and if I don't do my research, it's quite ignorant. So I do keep an eye on everybody, but I do understand that they are ahead of me as well. I always give respect to anyone that deserves it, and everyone that is ahead of me now deserves respect, because whilst I was building my social media platform and whilst I was doing other record-breaking things, these guys were achieving a lot in the ring. So I respect them, and I don't look at myself as on their level. I always look at it as a compliment to be compared to them. But skill-wise, I believe, yeah, cool. They're not that much better than me at all. But experience and being in there and actually earning their stripes, they are ahead of me. And when I earn my stripes and gain my experience, then I can look at them more as competition. Right now, it's about getting in the ring, getting active to work to those guys. I don't think I can just come back after 2 years and 4 fights and just be like, yeah, man, I'm a part of you guys. Like, I'm not. I'm just the same weight as you guys. But when I am feeling like, yes, we're levels now, we're par, everyone else will know, and you know, again, social media will influence that and say, yeah, you should now, this is the time. And when my team thinks it's right, we'll make the decision, not just the public.
The cruiserweight division within the UK is probably the most stacked. Like, it's so exciting, and it's really exciting that you're a part of that. Obviously, last night the news came out that Canelo is thinking to move up to cruiserweight.
Yeah.
What's your take on that?
I think it was a move that I saw coming, but I didn't see it coming before he was at 175 at light heavy. I thought he'd go to light heavy first and then make the jump to cruiser, but you know, boxing is such a crazy sport. You never know what's going to happen. And I guess him being at cruiserweight, we don't know how long he's going to be at cruiserweight, because he was at light heavyweight for a very short period of time and went back down to super middle. So this cruiserweight, it might be a pick up a belt and go back down to where he's comfortable. We honestly don't know. But either way, it shines more light on the cruiserweight division, which has always been a bit of a quiet division in boxing. To have the biggest star in boxing compete in the cruiserweight division, more people will know it exists. I spent half my life trying to explain to everyone what cruiserweight is. They're like, so I'm like, just a bit smaller than AJ. I always have to explain, just a weight below AJ. But now I can say it's Canelo's weight. So stuff like that, it helps all the fighters in the division with exposure, because now you know Canelo's here, people will research the other world champions, and Lawrence will get more attention now, stuff like that. So it's great for the sport.
And just lastly, you know, obviously we've got the Tommy Fury and Jake Paul fight. What's your predictions? Jake to win. My good friend Jake. The reason why Jake's my good friend at the moment is because he spoke about me, and then I made a reaction video and it got over 500,000 views. So if he's not my mate, I don't know who is. So I'm backing my mate Jake. Wow.
To win the fight. Tommy, he's gonna have to show us something he's never shown us before to get the victory, to convince everyone anyway that he can win this by a landslide. He can win the fight, and if he did win, I wouldn't be surprised. But I do think Jake will win, because he's got a lot more on his shoulders. Tommy's got a lot too, but I think Jake creates more through his persona, through his personality, through winding people up and being the villain. And I think Jake's going to get the victory.
Either way, it's going to be a very exciting fight.
It's going to be a very exciting fight, and we don't see a lot of 50-50 fights. That is a 50-50 fight in my eyes.
Viddal Riley for Into Boxing, thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us.
Thank you for having me. Make sure you're liking and subscribing to Into Boxing. Always great interviews, and I'm grateful, so thank you.
Thank you so much.